Hello everyone. I'm going to make sure everything's working fine in the sound. Hello everyone. I'm going to make sure everything's working fine in the sound. Yep, it looks like it's working perfectly. Just gonna make sure that the recording works perfectly fine as well. It's taking a while to move. Oh, alright. Looks like the streaming is working perfectly fine. The animation, all that good stuff. Just gonna check something real quick. Right. So I'll be starting with Super Turrican 2, and then after I'm done with this game, I'll be going for a Toe puppet dance performance. And here we go. The location: a small star system floating in the endless spiral arms of a black hole. Little do the inhabitants of the planets know about the menacing hordes of the machine. Fleeing through the outer regions of the known galaxy, the villain found his next victims. Civilizations were destroyed in an instant, and the whole system fell under the spell of evil. Just a few tiny cries for help escaped the boundaries of the system. The USS Avalon, flagship of the United Freedom Forces. The heroes of many rescued souls are restlessly waiting for the final encounter with their longtime arch enemy. As the sirens yell across the hangar, 3 ships blast off into the unknown. Entering the black hole, the men face the final challenge. And this is our intro for Super Turrican 2. We'll be switching to options for hard. I've been practicing actually for this game because it's one of those games that's extremely easy to lose right away, especially on hard because you have a limited amount of continues, which is a bit problematic. I'll be saving between each worlds, but I don't think I'll be needing any of those. I just want to make sure that okay, I just wanted to make sure the music and the sounds of the game works. Alright, we're going to get started. I'm just gonna confirm I'm still on hard. Yep, perfect. This is by far the hardest game in this. Oh, we'll go with the story first. Seconds later, only one of the ships escapes the mighty powers of the black hole. Badly damaged and burning, your shipwreck hurtles towards the devastated dune world. Equipped with your Turrican assault suit, you jump into the action against an endless army of darkness. Alright, as I was saying, this is by far the hardest game of this series. It's full of possibility for cheap deaths. Easy to get hit by enemies, and this is the least balanced game of this series in terms of weapon power. There's only one good weapon in the entire game. And in the sense that it's so much better than every single weapons available. But still, you still get the nice shots from every game's spread shot, the bound, the laser. And you still get your bombs, which are a bit easy to lose. And still got the freezing laser from a Super Turrican. Sorry. Eventually it's going to go down. There we go. I'll be also trying to get as many 1-ups as I can. And as I mentioned in many of the Turrican streams, I like a lot of the music in the Turrican games. Hi Splinter Rebane, nice to see you. Figured that since I screwed up on streaming last night, that I'd at least make an effort to do a stream today. It just didn't feel right for me to skip. Alright, let's try to get all the coins because... I mean the gems, because they give 1-ups in this game. They're extremely precious. 30 gems for one 1-up. I think it's possible to get 2 1-ups from the gems in this stage, so at least I can have one. Oh dear, I missed one, so yeah. I think I'll at least get one bonus 1-up, so that's not so bad. It's one of those games, weird games, that I'd say starts harder and gets a bit easier as you go forward. Like first world is a bit hard, second world switches between a bit easy and over the top hard, and then third world is very relaxed and actually very relaxing because of how easy it is for the most part. And then the last world goes completely through the roof, and then it calms down for the climax a bit, but it's still harder than the other games. So get all the weapons. We're gonna go for the rebound, which goes walls in this one very accurately. So it's one of the best games, and it's one of the easiest boss to cheap shot. Just go in wheel mode and spam the weapon to destroy the wall. It's by far the music in this one is a bit it's way different from the other Turrican games. It has a very lively feels usually. This one goes for a more like, I don't know, military and atmospheric vibe, I'd say. There's a few exceptions with some very good music, but like with a more military vibe, I'd say like the stage that's about to show up is a good example of it. And I'd say this is one of the hardest stage in the game because it's long and a bit challenging. It's easy to lose lives if you're not careful. You still can jump at the walkers that does R2-D2 sound from Star Wars. Kind of cute. And you have the grappling arm that's... I'd say it's at its best in this one because it's, for the most part it's pretty accurate, which is very nice. And your biggest enemy in this game is the timer, because if you look up there, it's not that lot of a time that you have available. Ouch, I screwed up with pressing the keys properly. That's not good. Not a good start for this stage. Crushing them doesn't give points, but I'm not gonna try to accumulate them. Although I'll be trying to get as many gems as I can because those little buggers are very precious. Oh, that I really want. There we go, with an extra bomb. Although they call them smart bomb in this game instead of what was it called in the other games? Power lines, I believe. I'd say smart bombs are stronger than power lines, but I don't know if I could say if the smart bombs are more reliable. Like they aim for to hit all the screen, but it's easy to miss sometimes. Ouch. Against them. Timer based. Oh yeah. And this is by far the worst one to play then, because it's extremely for the first time you play, it's extremely strict. Now I got the best weapon in the game. I'm not kidding. The new weapon in the game is the flamethrower. Short range, and it tests short burst, but it has such a firepower that it's infinitely superior to whatever else is in the game. To the point I don't want to get any other weapons. So we're gonna get a little detour and go down there, because the game is way more how to say it, linear than the previous games in the series, but it still has some... oh dear, I'm doing that horribly bad. Let's be a bit more careful. I know there's a power up for health a bit close, but this is getting too close to getting myself killed. Let's freeze first. It's a bit hard to go up, but if with some practice, it's possible. Oh, I didn't know you could get gems with that. You know what? Just blow this thing up. I'm not taking a risk here. Those 1-ups are so precious right now. The fact that you don't have continue on hard is pretty cruel. Especially in a game that's much more happy to take your... Oh dear. Oh, well, now I know that using a smart bomb protects you from damage. That's extremely valuable information in this game. And I see that the timer is getting tight already. Oh, you're not getting away from me. Oh no. Crap, I missed that power. Smart bomb, but oh well. I think just one that's going to be sufficient. It's good. I want to clear all the rooms. Oh yeah. Most of the previous Turrican games are more generous on that. They still have a... like Turrican 2 is a bit more generous, but it's still a bit tight if you want like to do 100% at this stage. But then again, that game is insanely generous with 1-ups, so there's nothing to worry in that regard. Although I imagine that doing 100% has to be extremely a lot of work, because some of the stages are absolutely massive. Oh dear, I do want that. There we go, that went well, I'm surprised. Still 69 seconds. As long as I don't take too much time, I should be able to make it to the boss, because as soon as you make it to the boss, the timer kills the timer and you're safe. And I see that the timer is not that fast, so that's not too bad. Oh dear. I'm doing some pretty decent grabs with the arm this time. I'm usually not this accurate, so that's really nice. Alright, still have the flamethrower, that's excellent. Let's try to keep it for the boss. And I'm almost there, so I'm perfectly fine. Oh no. But after that, most stages gets a bit shorter, so that it's a bit more relaxed. Whoops. Alright. I'm not doing that sacrifice, actually. I'm just going to proceed. Let's go pick the little secret. Well, it's not so much a secret, but a little hidden gem, more or less. And now we got our another boss. Very simple pattern, but with a bad weapon, the fight goes on and it gets easier to get hit. The pattern of the arms are pretty erratic as well, so gotta be careful not to get hit. Oh, well, I already want to fight pretty much, because as soon as one of the arms are down, it gets easy to just stay on the side of the screen and shoot it once it goes to the left. And that arm should be going real soon, next round or the one after. There we go. Now it's just gonna try to crush me. It's even more easier. I'm lucky because usually I don't make it with the flamethrower here. I accidentally get the spread shot, which isn't too bad here, but getting the rebound here is very bad, because it's like the boss resists it. Gotta be careful when the boss dies as well. I don't know if it's the machine or the boss fragments when it dies, but it can do damage on you, so it could potentially kill you before the stage ends. So I got 2 1-ups, that's excellent. This one is a more relaxed stage, but although you want to keep moving, because you got a poisonous gas that's going up. Just keep going, and jump whenever you see a kind of a weird pattern. Like this here, it breaks. Oh, well, not this one, I guess. And it's safe to just run into the gas as well. And just gonna brake and just go up. Still gonna and there we go. It's just that easy, and you get the easy 1-up. Next stage, from what I understand, has the favorite music for most of the people who play the game. It is the most lively theme in the entire game. And you get the nice 1-up hidden behind the ship. But basically, you can just stay on there on the under the flying ship, or just go over for the time being. Just avoid getting hit by enemies. But now, for some reason, I'm having way easier time than I usually do. Well, then again, I practice quite a lot, so for some reason, I got a feeling that the second world is going to stomp me quite a bit. Although I'll laugh if I end up finding this game easier than Super Turrican. Our character goes automatically under the ship after a while, and then you're on the big sandworms. Crap. And you jump as soon as it goes down. Let's try to avoid this laser. I'd like to have the flamethrower for the next boss, although I'm taking a lot of hits, so I gotta be careful. I'd rather get another weapon than die. Alright, doing pretty fine so far. And it's very easy to avoid falling by accident. Uh-oh. Crap. You know what? I'm not taking a risk here. And I made it. With another 1-up. Everything's going fine here. Yep, various stages. Short stages. There's quite a few of them in this game. But there's a lot of stages in exchange. Which is its big difference with the Super Turrican. Now we got the final boss of the first world. And yes, at the sides of the mouth, you can actually fall in to your death. Oh dear. And the most dangerous thing during the fight is that after you do a number of damage on it, direction can change, and if you're not careful, you're gonna fall and die. But oh, that was way too close. But for some reason, this boss does an extremely low amount of damage compared to most enemies in the game, especially on hard, which is very odd. The drops barely do any damage. It's just the tongue that's more dangerous. Oh, it's getting a bit oh crap. If I get another hit, I'm actually going to use that. Oh, I was going to say I'll use that bomb, but it went super smoothly. Alright, I'm gonna save. Like I said, I'm going to save just in case, because I do want to finish that game either way. The defeated monster vanishes in the dunes, only to leave Turrican into hands of evil. Guarded by enemy soldiers, you are brought to one of the threatening war stations orbiting the planet. The fight continues amidst the screaming sirens after you manage to escape to the hull of the station. And this is where the game leaves quite a bit in difficulty. Of course, I will not use the save states if I don't have to. It's really just if I get struck by a game over. But this is the one stage where rebound shines a lot as a weapon, because some of the bosses are specifically made for it. Well, mid-boss I'd say instead. I just wish the shield had a sound to warn you when it's about to run out. Uh-oh. No, don't need that, so let's just keep going. Again, let's get the gems, because the final boss of this world is pretty ridiculous, I'd say. And it's one of those cases where you need the flamethrower, otherwise it's ridiculous. because it's extremely it's the most imbalanced thing in the entire series. I'd say it's that bad. Not to say that the series is imbalanced. I just want it to get here, not too bad. But this is where, like, the first time a person plays this game and if they don't understand what's going on, they're gonna lose their alive for sure here. Because you gotta know that you use the rebound on the laser to bounce it up. If you don't hurry, you're gonna run out of time and you lose a life. Fortunately, when you die, you usually just respawn to where you were. There we go, first round down. Now we got another one. This one mixes things up a bit by sending its arms on you. Well, ends, I'd say, instead. But basically this game starts with a few long levels and then becomes more like a sort of boss game where you fight a lot of mini boss and boss along the way. Although there's some platforming stages. Alright. Let's get the flamethrower. This is where it gets easy to lose a life. Oh my goodness, it was way too close. And those electricity bits, they're deadly. There's a 1-up to the lower left over the middle of outer space. Like you use those platforms to get the 1-up. It's so difficult and the jumps are super sized that I'm honestly not going to bother. So get under the reactor, and you fight a space ghost. I can say that as the name of the music team is actually a Space Ghost. Ouch, I'm getting hit quite a bit actually. Gonna have to be more careful because, uh-oh. Crap. Oh, it's on the other side. Alright, let's go here. And we're gonna use a bomb on it, might as well. Come on, just spawn, dude. There we go. Now this is dangerous because the platform lowers itself and there's these guys that tries to knock you off. Oh crap. There we go. Very cheap death, let's say. Alright, jump. There we go. Much better. Best thing to do is to try to get on the platform while it's moving. Still be very careful. But I wasn't careful, I wasn't trying to stay on platform down. I paid the price for it. But I made a 1-up, so it's not so bad. Now we got a change of gameplay, actually. Gonna get on that bike, and like the other Turrican games, we get that, a different style of gameplay. Ow. Alright, gonna dodge and fail to dodge. A lot. Holy crap. Okay, I'm doing very poorly. Alright. Right, left, right. Now it's gonna do that. Repeats pattern, so it's not too bad for now. Uh-oh. Ooh, close. Now there's gonna be some power-ups. Let's try to pick it up. Perfect. Everything's going smoothly so far. Can press B to go forward faster to get a boost. It actually is important at some point, so although it's not immediately obvious, unfortunately, so it's a bit of a pain in terms of how it's designed. Power up. At this point, the level is basically finished. Just shoot the enemies and you're fine. Just don't get it too much. Ow. And now we're at one of the hardest stages in the entire game, which is a long series of mini boss encounters with a boss at the end. Alright, let's go with the spread. Now we fight a brain and a... I don't know. Like a sort of harness or whatever? A brain harness? It shoots lasers at you. Ow. Gonna be more careful. Take it slow. Firstly, oh no, time does run during the fight. Okay. And yes, it does obviously try to squish you if you try to make it under. There we go, first round then. It's not too bad on the first encounter. Although a big problem I tend to have here is to walk into the lasers. So let's try to pick the gems because I usually miss one somehow. There we go. Looks like some space biker game. Yeah, that's absolutely true now that you mention it. It's kind of weird with all the enemies in this series. So suddenly space bikers.
Flamethrower activated.
Alright, now we got the flamethrower, that's awesome. Now it's a tiny bit harder because the opening behind shoots a bit more enemies. Gotta be careful not to stay right next to it. The only thing that's a bit harder to get used to with the flamethrower is that you gotta press it several times in a. It goes in short bursts. Come on, go down. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna need that badly. Ow, right into the laser. Really don't want to get hit here. Oh dear. I don't want to like here. That's cheap. It's because the game doesn't allow you to jump onto enemies at once, so you take damage if that happens. Okay, let's ignore these weapons. Ow. Now we got the final encounter with this one. Alright, you're gonna shoot down, gonna shoot up, down. No, it's up, forgot. Tries to follow you as a specific pattern. I'm gonna use a bomb here actually because I'm about to... I got the feeling I'm going to die a lot soon. I'm not during this encounter necessarily, but we'll see. Oh, I'm doing very good here. I'm paying attention to its aim. You can go up and down quite a bit. Now this jump is a bit of a pain because you gotta use this, although I did it perfectly here, so that wasn't too bad. And you get the power up on as the icing of the cake. Big advantage with the ow. Let's keep with the arm is that if you press A, it's gonna do a auto jump up or down. I mean to your direction you're facing. Let's try not to die here, please. And we made it. Oh, I did get all the gems this time. That's great. I'm doing pretty good. It's a bit easy to lose a life if you're not careful. So let's gotta do my best to destroy these guys because they drop a lot of mines. Very rockin' music here. Alright. Oh yeah, in this game there's 4 worlds, so we're near the end of the second one. It's not a very long game usually. Ow. Gotta be careful not to rush into those things and to hit them if I fail to defeat them soon enough. Basically, this is a game that's easier if you take your time. Don't try to rush and move too quickly. makes the game a whole lot easier to tell out the power up. So now you get to use the your ability to dash. You dash and then you tackle it on the wall. For some reason, I seem to blink like if I took damage, which is weird. Like now I am while I'm colliding with it, but I'm not taking damage. Although I did take a hit because I probably tackled the wall. This one is a bit more precise. It's changed faster as well. There we go. Easy stage for the most part, as long as you're not reckless. This, on the other hand, it may be truly the hardest stage because it's easy to get cheap shot and lose a life. So what do? You ride rockets. You don't get squished and die as soon as you reach the top, but it's still easy to die. Ah, crap. It's important not to jump too early too. I'm not gonna aim for the gems because I already missed one. I'm just gonna try to take it slow. Desperately cling to the flamethrower because this is the most important part of the game, to keep the flamethrower. And by far, not even close. Alright, let's go down. Yikes, this is gonna be tight. I made it. Good. Alright, the left one was going to appear first. Basically, they appear in the order to disappear first, so at least it's easy to figure out what to do here. Never jump too early and you'll be fine. Will I be alright? Yep. I made it easily, damn. This is going so well, it's ridiculous. Compared to what I have to go through. And now we got the hardest boss in the entire freaking game. Very precise rope maneuvers, extremely unforgiving boss pattern. So you fight a space spider. Best idea is to try to cling to the top and jump. But the movement is so fast, it's easy to screw up. Second pattern isn't as bad. It shoots spiders at you. Not the most accurate ones, but oh my goodness, that was way too close. Oh dear, what's going up now? Very precise hitbox, as I can see. Damn it. Oh crap, I'm gonna lose a life for sure. Try to go to the middle. Here we go. But the fight is going to be much shorter with the flamethrower because otherwise it's ridiculous. I think I... Oh ho 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 ho. Yep, space spider somehow. Very weird. If you got bombs here, it's time to spam them. There's no boss that compares in difficulty with this one. It's especially the venomous acid shot it does that's dangerous. Don't know if it's close to defeat. I want to say yes, but at the same time I wouldn't be surprised if the answer is no. Though I'm doing way better than I usually do. That practice is paying off. But again, most boss by now would be dead. Oh well, damn. Just one life to get through. It really shows that the flamethrower is a very useful weapon. And we return to space. And save just in case. The robot spider vanishes into space and leaves you floating helplessly into the black infinity. Suddenly, a spaceship appears and saves the doomed hero. Aboard the pirate ship, the outlaws take you to their home planet. Approaching the water world, you plan your escape. The continue to quest for freedom and peace. Because of course there's a water world in a Turrican game. Alright,
Shield.
let's just rush through. And again, change of gameplay. It's a maze actually. Although it's a more lenient maze than usual. The thing is, you need to know where to go, otherwise the timer is your worst enemy in the game. And those fishies, they're obnoxious as hell. Because they aim toward you and they respawn. Ow. Still, if you know what you're doing, you can take it quietly. And there's a respawning 1-up in this stage, so might as well go pick it up, right? There's this evil fishy that... There we go. Very relaxed music, nothing to worry about. Now we got the 1-up, so we're going to go to the first station. But to say this might be my favorite world because I don't know, it's not ridiculously easy, because if you go way too fast, you're just gonna end up running into everything, making it borderline playable. Whoops. Although, let's go. Uh-oh. Let's be more careful. I want to go see if there's gems down there. Although I'm being a bit greedy with trying to get 1-ups, but the penultimate stage is pretty brutal, unfortunately. Oh crap, I went the wrong direction. Well, although I'm not tight on time, so no worries. Just get up here, turn to... Ow. Although even for some reason getting tackled here does barely any damage. It's a rare case where on hard you don't have to worry too much about damage. It's just it can accumulate really quickly. And this fish is gonna respawn, yeah. Right. Ouch again. Oh, that's right, I forgot there's a respawning power up here.
Power up.
Gem, here, break the little thing here. There's 3 stations to reach with your bike. Okay, let's be sure to get... Ow.
Flamethrower.
Okay. Best weapon for the entire stage, actually. Ow. Because of the way the flame rises, it gets the platform properly for the most part. But again, here, if you look at the time, still a very very tight for the most part. If it's not bad with the flamethrower, but with the rebound or the spread shot, it's pretty unforgiving. I really run out of time, but even with the other weapons, but it has happened in the past. There we go.
Smart bomb.
And then, since the electricity doesn't hit the ceiling anymore, it can just keep swinging like that. This rate I'll be done with the game extremely fast, I'm surprised. Only less than 36 minutes since I started. Wow. Never realized how short this game is. Although sometimes it's nice having a short, quick game. What I feel is weird right now is I might make the game look easier than it actually is. But again, like while I was having shingles, that was my go-to game to play, because it's very short and straightforward in terms of gameplay for the most part. Like I'd say I cleared the game like 3 or 4 times. I was seriously practicing so I could legit complete it on the hard. It was one of the first game I ever cleared as a kid on hard. The other game, that I cleared on an even harder mode would be Sparkster on a Super Nintendo as well, which I might stream at some point now I think of it. Very good game, but very imbalanced penultimate boss, which might be an issue actually, because it's a random number generated out the boss fights, and it fights in a way that can become unwinnable. It's that broken. I'm gonna speed up a bit to reach the next station. It's not that far, but since I took a detour, I'm not gonna take a risk. Again, the freaking fish. There's something fishy about this spawning rate. Oh, where was I? I'm actually trying to remember where I was in a Toe Puppet Dance performance as well. Oh, I was in that forest. Yeah. Looks like I'll still be having fun navigating in there. Although I did the southern part already, so that's not gonna be too bad. 36 seconds. Alright, let's be more. Fortunately, I'm almost there. Ow. There we go, next station. That's should be the last one, I think. Pretty sure. If not, well, I'll have to do a quick detour, but nothing too big. Do a quick burst on this, turn and just attack. Very simple with the flamethrower, because it kills the enemies so fast. With other weapons, their response rate can overwhelm the player. There we go, even easier than the other one. Oh yeah, there's another one. Almost forgot, I think, at least. Although I don't think I'll get lost. Yeah, there's one more, I'm pretty darn sure. Haha, you missed. Whoops. Getting pretty used to maneuver all of a sudden. Oh, I do want that. Uh-oh. Rushing isn't as smart though. No, there's a few more gems. I'll have a lot actually by the end. I'll probably miss a few, but still, I'll probably have most of them. Getting even more one-up, as I said earlier. Alright. So let's head for the next, for the one-up again. There we go. Yeah. I definitely see that memorizing some things about this game really changes the experience as a whole. Alright, let's find a station. Pretty sure it's on this level or a bit lower. Oh, more gems, perfect. Oops, almost ran into this thing. Okay, no. Okay, yeah, I see now. Go here, and here it is. Piece of cake. And this is the last one before reaching the exit. And this one is the easiest because it has no platform to make it stay up, so it needs to use the flamethrower on it. just can just alternate size and that's it. And voila. Oops, swing a bit low, but we're fine. This is by far my best playthrough. I'm looking at the amount of 1-ups I have. I never had this high before. But then again, I'm like sometimes I play worse while I stream. Sometimes I play even better than I usually do. It's kind of weird how it works. Yeah, let's go get that 1-up just for fun. Oops. Although let's be a bit careful. Though there's no boss in this stage, so it's not as risky to go a bit quickly. And I think there's another power up before reaching the exit.
1-up.
There we go. A bit unfortunate for this guy. He gets launched and he still blows up. Alright, let's be careful with this one. Oh, ah, crap.
Emergency.
Right. The last power up is around the ceiling, I believe. Although, better try to get it just in case. Not here? Okay, not here. Yep, I think it's right up there. Yep, here we go. Let's get the remaining gems. Ow. And here's the last station. Although that's the exit. Fortunately, if you break this, well, the other places when you enter them and you destroy the power source, you can't return. But this one, if you screw up, you can just go back.
Danger.
Danger was there? Isn't it something? No, okay, no. Oh, and they force you to get a rebound? Okay, thank you. Oh, yep, I missed too. And stage 3, 2?
Stage 3.
Oh, 3, okay. So again, nice little change of pace here. Gotta spin around the thing. Avoid mines, which the enemies throws more into your direction. And like just swing to one side, nothing too complicated here. Ouch, never mind. Tempting fate. Although it seems like I can tackle them to damage them. Ow, damn it. Might lose a life here, but that's what I get more lives for, just in case. Oh dear, that wasn't a good idea. Almost at the end of the stage, so let's try to do my best to lose that 1-up. Come on, there we go. No, so close. That background is missing with your head. Oh yeah, bit, eh? I imagine it would be. This is the sort of stuff that's a bit hard for people with motion sickness because of how it spins. Stage 3, 4.
Stage 3.
And now it's important not to tackle those mines because they're super lethal. Let's try to get the gems though, but not risk anything. There's a 1-up down there. I'm not gonna even try. It's so like it's almost impossible. I imagine it's possible to get, but it's so tight that it would be completely unforgiving. Like here it is. If I could predict it and remember where it was, then yeah, I think I could get it, but I'm not gonna risk it. Especially with all the gems, it's possible to get 2 1-ups here, but I'll only get one since I missed a few. Another smart bomb. Oh. Now we fight a weird final boss for this world. Although the first world was worms, the second was a mechanic spider, so I guess it's not the weirdest. Still, you're fighting a giant stingray. It's weird enough. Very repetitive fight for the most part. Oh, it actually missed. Interesting. It repeats the pattern. You get on your little bike and you shoot in its face. Avoid the rocks that fall during this phase. And that's about it. That's all you have to do during this fight. Eventually, of course, it's going to throw you back off your bike and repeat the pattern. Only need to avoid the end of the tail. Uh-oh. It does the sound of damage on the tail, so I don't know if it's technically possible to destroy it. I never tried, and the fight never went long enough for it. Oops. Just gonna try to avoid those trucks. It's pretty easy to dodge, but there's still instances where I botch it. You know what? Let's use those bombs, because at this point they're not that useful because of the next stage. I'll be dying in the next stage. I can predict that actually, unless I do some miracle. But it's one of the hardest stages in the game. Although I shouldn't give too much information. It's almost like spoiler for the stream. Spam the button. Probably another round of this or two and it's over. Ow. Yep, just turn the wheel just in case. Here we go. Oops, I got that rock on my head. Ouch. Oh crap, I'm being a bit reckless. Oh well. Here we go. I said stingray. I think it's actually a manta ray now that I think of it. Whoops. And of course there's conveniently a nice teleport here. After the stream, by the way, I'll have to reset the computer to switch to Japanese local so I can boot up to Toho Puppet Dance performance. But yeah, you materialize in one of the machine's ships on its flight to the flagship of evil, conveniently enough. The corridors of the ship, dozens of rocket-powered, heavily armed space cycles are lined up. Using one of the space cycles, you enter the sun's upper atmosphere on your way to the final confrontation. So we're going to play a bit of Occassionally right now, like I did in a previous stream, because this is obviously based on the Occassionally, this stage, fire stage with lava, very mechanical vibe to it. The scrolling is exactly like Turrican, Occassionally. And this is probably my favorite music in this game. Sunset, I believe it's called, or something like that. But the damage here is pretty over the top compared to most parts of the game. Ouch, like that laser. Yikes. I knew it did a lot of damage, but not at this level. Whoever made this game, I think it's Factor 5. I think it's pretty clear that they like space shooter, shoot 'em ups. if they're gonna go all the way to make a, uh-oh, I'm gonna get squeezed. No, actually, interesting. Oops, let's be careful. Here it's just tackle the wall to avoid the laser. Ow. Gotta be careful when you die, because it's possible to get cheap shot. Like you respawn at a bad place and you lose a life because you get squished by one of those fences. it doesn't help. There's the momentum of the bike makes it very hard to control. It's easy to get hit and being able to dodge enemies in your direction. Again, another 1-up loss. It's easily the best stage to lose a lot of lives. Oh, damn it! My keyboard at this moment decided to go towards the right like it sometimes does. And this one is completely on me even more. Still, I got the luck. Shoot him up. My biggest enemy. Gameplay type. Yeah. Especially when it's hard at like that. Oh, here. We're on phase 2. It's starting to shoot those lasers from its sides. Alright. You shoots those little fuzz balls, I'm going to call them. Oh crap. I got too close and I caused me to get hit. Alright, let's... Trying not to tank the hits, but sheesh. Doing a bit worse than I usually do here. I think I'm getting too reckless because of the... I got so many lives. Here it actually tries to squish you to kill you. I think it only happened to manage to work once on me. But yeah, still gotta be careful not to get the... Or better say... Oh yeah, Toho. Toho is... As much as I like Toho, it's probably one of the worst shoot 'em up series to start with because it's pretty unforgiving. Unless it's Imperishable Knight on easy, which is a bit more forgiving. And as you get game over several times, you can unlock more starting 1-ups. So we through with the stage.
Stage
4-2, okay.
Missile.
Damn it. Being a bit too reckless here.
Emergency.
Although it doesn't help that I got the freaking rebound on this stage. There's no way I'm going to switch to laser. Oh crap. Right. Doing a bit more better than usual, but yikes, it despawned really fast. Makes it a bit overwhelming. Damn. Wonder how far they respawn me. I'm gonna use that bomb. Damn. Oh crap, he's crouched slowly. Oh man.
Danger. Spread shot.
That was pretty pitiful. Alright. Fighting the machine. Although its design in this game reminds me a lot of the what is it called, the Lancer slash Dragoon class in Final Fantasy Tactics, I believe actually it is. It looks much smaller here as well. In Turrican 2 at least, it was pretty towering. Oh, and Turrican 3 now that I think of it. Now phase 2. As a Dracula sort of attack. With a... Oh yeah, I gotta jump forward when it does that. Okay, when it closes escape like that, it's exactly like Castlevania. Let's use that bomb. Forgot about it. Alright. Ow, that wasn't a good move. Robo-Vein. I like the name. Oh dear. Ah, crap, I jumped way too late. Yeah, I was doing very good now. It's almost like the... There we go, but nope, I failed anyway. Damn. Surprisingly tanky for a little guy in this game. There we go. Oh, I still missed. Damn. Okay, finally. The problem is the boss squeezes the player quite a bit, so it can make it a bit hard to avoid. I missed 7 gems? Oh, I guess when I died, there were a few behind me. Dang it. Alright, final battle. Gonna keep moving. And it's like that the entire battle. I'll try running to fireball. It's a big. That's a very simple mechanical design in this game now I think of it compared to the others that has a far more futuristic appearance. Alright, let's see what it does this round. Alright, ouch. Start cause rubble is to fall. Let's be more careful. Obviously touching the fireball behind it causes losing a life instantly. Fight is pretty lenient in the sense that it keeps giving. Oh damn! I jump for the spread and I just jump straight into the chainsaw. One of the easiest attack to dodge for the most part, and yet I still got to hit by it because I got reckless. No, I was tried to. Oh shoot! I didn't see. I was to. Oh. Okay. I see. As I was saying, the box where the bus is attached to, it seems to be maybe capable of doing damage. Either that or I just crap. Wait, did I jump into the flame and not die? I'm not sure if I collided with it or like a. Now I'm very curious. Actually, come on, hit me. Okay, it kills me. Although now I'm seeing how many lives I have, like it's like holy crap, what am I doing? I usually never lose a fight life here, so I'm doing it. I got too cocky. So let's step this up again for real this time. Oh, nice. So gonna be even more powerful now if it wasn't maxed. Alright, chainsaw. And I jumped too early, great. Still 1/3 of damage, that's not weak at all in this game. Ah crap, again. Oh, still missed. Too early. Oh yeah, that's right. The Turrican team plays during this fight, which is a bit jarring. Out the music is way more like darker in this game. With the title theme, and here we go. Keeps blowing up and up and up and up. As your ship blasts off into safety, the flagship of evil explodes in one gigantic flash of light. The planets and their inhabitants are finally free from the forces of darkness. After years of fighting, the incarnation of evil is destroyed. The machine and its powers are finally gone. The galaxy can face the future without fear. Remembering the many lives lost in the battle against the dark side, the freedom fighters honored their hero. Passing through the rays of the setting sun, you return to your home, Earth. Landing on Kolong spaceport, you touch the controls of the spaceship for the last time. Watching the sunset, remember the struggle for freedom and peace one last time. And Kolong is actually the place where Factor 5 is their like a place headquarters or something like that, so it was a little joke. Factor 5 production. And that's it for the Turrican series. Went through, yeah, pretty much every single games in the series. There's the SNES port of Turrican 2 that's, like I mentioned before, what is it called? Universal Soldier. They turned Turrican 2 in a freaking licensed game with awful rendition of the musics, cringe-worthy sprites. Like the big red robot in Turrican 2 is replaced with a giant Dolph Lundgren. It's ridiculous. Although it's kind of funny in that sense because it's so... Oh, pardon. Absurd. If there's one thing I'll say that's good about Universal Soldier and Super Nintendo, is it expands some of the existing level of Super Turrican, makes more secrets to find, but this has the side effect of making the game even easier than it is. And there's the 2 extra levels that are added, and they're very generic. And like I mentioned in the previous stream, the levels are poorly designed, since it's possible to have a hard time making it to the end of the level because there's pointless detours like the sewers under a level. If you fall there, all you have to do is go up, but there's some squishy areas that seems almost impossible to avoid. Where'd that robot fist didn't appear this time? Yeah, that's right. Ooh. I wouldn't, but yeah, first Turrican game I ever played. I still like it a lot, but I'd say it might be the weakest. No, actually, it might be, but Super Turrican is a cunt. Actually, I hate Super Turrican for a few reasons. Namely, that it completely cuts the machine world, and you just go to the alien world and you don't fight the machine. And you get the I don't like the ice stage as well. Very cheap. This game was developed using Pegasus FMD sequence. Okay, yeah. alias Power Animator. So ordinary things do a few folks. So it was pretty good ride getting through all Turrican games through all this time. But that's another one I can put in my, what is it called, under my belt or whatever in terms of games I've completed on stream. I was going to say I probably cleared a lot while I was recording the outside of Will of Jinsuku, but during that time I was playing Icarus, Vanguard with Doom, and that it actually took a good while to get through all of this because the WAD is pretty big for what it is, and I got lost a lot. Tomonori Otsuka. We'll let at least the credit. Oh, and to all Turrican fans. Oh. A Factor 5 game. Presented by Ocean. And I believe that's it. Oh, final score 97,320. The end. We love shooting games, I can tell. And there we go. And if I'm going to come with a little nitpick with the video games, especially older ones, I really don't like when the games just sticks to the end screen instead of allowing you to reset it on its own. But anyway, that's it for this game. What I'll be doing is I'll be resetting the computer to switch to Japanese local, and I'll be back in a few minutes. See you soon.